So hey everybody, my name is Cole Walker and this is my channel, Convo's Canvas Christ. Just, talking about some real life topics on here, just put some art out there because I love doing art. I gotta start my videos with that because I like to just paint like their poetic messages to help people get through their journey, get some encouragement. But all of this will have a Christ-centered message. Self-esteem. Self-esteem has become more of an issue now because when you look on social media, you see what these women are doing, especially young teenage girls, and they feel like they have to just tie their self-esteem to external things. They feel valuable if they're in a relationship. They feel worthy if they have all these different types of bags and purses. They feel like they're somebody. They have a whole lot of comments and likes. But the thing about it is that those things had a potential to just wash away. Like the relationship can fall apart. You may not get as many likes on a certain picture, or the baggage may get old and just worn down. So your self-esteem cannot be tied to those things. You are valuable and worthy, but you have to get that from the main source, which is God. So when we find our value and worth outside of God, that's when we get all this trauma and this pain and this hurt because we're trying to build our self-esteem, our foundation that's not even sturdy. It doesn't have like any solid, nothing solid is about it. So I can tell you about from my testimony. Now, this video was coming from my book, Testimonies on a Young Woman, Piece of My Journey, my poetry book. And one of my favorite poems in here was called Queen Walking. And I wrote that poem to really speak to women that have been through some crazy things in their life. And they feel like they're just not that valuable queen or valuable woman that God made them to be. They feel like they just worth nothing. They're trash because of things they went through or things they have done. So I wrote this poem as type of encouragement saying, hey, it's time for you to get up. It's time you get out that pity party. It's time for you to get up from that sorrowful pit you put yourself in, dust yourself off, get yourself back together and walk forward as that queen that you are. Because I do understand how important it is for a woman to really have that healthy self-esteem. I say healthy self-esteem. And if I can really further say even more, a godly self-esteem. Because when you do have a godly self-esteem and you draw your self-esteem from God, that your confidence and how you see yourself is through the eyes of God, then you're able to really conquer some things in your life. You're able to really live this life to the fullest because your self-esteem is not tied to anything external. So for me, I used to really just think just having a boyfriend was so valuable that I'm really somebody. And when I continue that same mindset, I end up putting myself in a situation that dealt me some really hard consequences. Now, if some of y'all have seen my single mom video, and thank you for just supporting that video, you know my story, how I became a single mom. And how I just became a single mom is really from the thought of thinking that having a boyfriend was everything. And when the relationship didn't work out, when the heartbreak came, I had to really learn a hard lesson that my self-esteem was never tied to that and shouldn't have been tied to that. So I had to really deal with some very depressing years during this single motherhood journey because I just felt like, man, I made this mistake. I did this and that. This is who I am now. But I had to understand this too. When I asked God forgiveness and turned away from that situation, the things that I was doing, turned away from that relationship, that I am forgiven. And that does not define me at all. What defines me is what Jesus did on the cross, his work. So God defines me. I am forgiven. I am his daughter, so I'm walking uprightly just in his ways and just trying to just walk according to what his word says. So when I also just think about when it comes to things, because me, I love I'm more like I would say more like a business mindset person. I love just trying to challenge myself, go after different things, set my goals. But I also have to know that those things does not make me so valuable, so worthy or anything like that. Those things actually I would say come from how I look at myself and how I feel about myself when I pursue certain things, but I cannot make them my God. And the same thing in social media. And social media is something I have struggled with. because I feel like if you have a certain number of likes, then you are good, you're popular. Until I learned how Instagram and Facebook and all YouTube works. I can't say the word, guys. It's on tip of my tongue. Algorithm, I guess so. When I learned how that works, I'm like, you know what? They can actually make you popular and they can not make you popular. Or so I'm like, you know what? I want to dip and dab in that, because I'm to this point, I want to be a very authentic person. That's all I know how to be. And I love to be around people that are authentic and they're real and they're true. So I have to just go this process of not letting social media control how I feel about myself. Even if it means I stop scrolling. I can post, I don't scroll down my page, I get off of it, because I don't want to fall into this trap of comparison. I don't want to fall into that. So if that means, getting off social media a couple of days, maybe deleting the app, deleting a page. I actually deleted my whole Facebook page. And that was like a whole nother story of why. But I feel like I really don't need it anyway. I need to just get off of it, because I was being a little bit petty. I'm just gonna be honest, being a little bit petty on there because of things that happened to me in my past, and I was still carrying it on. So I'm like, Shakur, you don't need to be on it anyway, because you're gonna end up saying the wrong things. So no. So I just want to encourage y'all, just my ladies out there, rethink of how you see yourself. Where's your worth coming from? Where's your values coming from? Now me, I'm in my early 30s, and yes, I'm still single. And to some people, that's like a death thing, like a death trap. Oh, she's still single. Is something wrong with her? Oh, because she has a kid and all that. And everybody don't always know like the whole truth of a situation. But I also had to learn, I have to be comfortable and content in my singleness. Yes, I do desire to get married. Yes, I do desire to have more kids. I know, shocking, but I do. I love being a mom, but I cannot allow that to just define how worthy I am. I have to be content in what my singleness is until God brings that husband in my life. And when it comes to things, yes, I like nice things. I like certain type of bags. I love shopping. I love just finding different type of clothes. I love just trying different type of hairstyles in a way. I'm going natural for summer though. But my worth should not be found in those things. If I can't get the bag, I can't get it. I'm not finna spend out my whole life savings just to look good for someone else or just to prove something to someone else. And when it comes to social media, you have to decide what you can take. You don't have to be on every platform. For me, I'm comfortable being on Instagram. I'm trying to get more comfortable being on YouTube. But I do like those two platforms better than Facebook and Twitter, so I stick with them. But you should know how far you can go. You should know those things. You should know that. Like, don't put yourself in a situation where you're just idolizing all these different things. You should know yourself. This is an issue for you. Maybe you need to take some time off and get off of it and say, hey, let me put this aside. And while you're getting off of it, I'm learning this. When you remove something, put something else in that place. Because if you're just removing a thing and nothing's there, that comparison can easily come back. Don't just remove something and just leave it empty, because comparison and those things you struggle with can easily come back. And also, don't feel bad if you're dealing with this. I think self-esteem is an issue that I think no matter what age you are, that it still sometimes presents itself as a problem because of how society wants to just put out all those messages out there that, hey, you have to be connected to this person, you have to wear this, look like this, we need to go anywhere, be somebody. But you have to understand something also about the favor of God. Wherever he wants you at, he'll put you there. I had to say that. So I hope y'all enjoy this conversation. If you have any comments, put it down below. And this earring, I gotta remove it, maybe put something else new right there. So y'all have a great evening. Until next time.